Boom, what's up guys? Welcome back to your HeroClix headquarters. Today I've got this Cupid Deadpool finally to do an unboxing. Now, sometimes I get stuff early from WizKids, sometimes I don't, and in the cases I don't, I try to wait for my local store to get it, and in this case it just took a really long time. But regardless, in case you guys haven't seen this before, we're going to go ahead and do a quick unboxing and review as usual, because there is some really great stuff in this set. As always, you can pop open the Velcro right here and take a look at the inside, and I do love the little to from kind of Valentine's thing going on here. You know, this would make a great gift for maybe next Valentine's if you missed it this time around. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and check it out. All right, and even on the inside, it looks like the little heart candies and everything. You know, that's one thing I love about the Iconix sets is all the attention to detail. So yeah, really cool packaging and everything. And of course, we have Deadpool as Cupid, popping him out here. Just, you know, really cool sculpt with the wings and the bow and everything. Pretty awesome. And then we also have an arrow. So we get this awesome heart-shaped arrow, which, and you know, if you guys haven't seen before, we get the trick arrows. We've had them in a few sets, and we get some really good ones in this set. And we also get some of these bystanders, and I really got to say, one of the main reasons to get this set is this copycat is like one of the best bystanders of all time. So she's just 15 points, and you know, she got 3 range, X-Force keyword, that's cool, some shape change. Of course, bystanders don't count for or against theme, so having keywords is nice, but it will not break your theme if you want to play theme team. And the main reason she is so nuts is because of her trait here. Copycat can use standard powers other characters within range can use. Yeah, so you heard that right. She can just use any standard powers, all standard powers that any characters within her range of 3 can use. And you can up her range even if you need to with Perplex or something, shield team ability, whatever. And she'd just be able to use all the powers. So if she's within range of characters with like Super Senses, Impervious, Prob, Perplex, Outwit, you know, running shot, precision strike, charge, flurry, blades, whatever. She can use all of that. So she's pretty nuts. For only 15 points, she can just double up pretty much all your powers. She makes a really great support piece and, you know, potential even like secondary attacker in a pinch, so that's really cool. We also get a Valentine Vong who has sidestep, poison, combat reflexes, and perplex. And she also has the underworld team ability, so she can carry characters that share a keyword, which is assassin. And for only 15 points, you know, some sidestep, poison, perplex is not bad. And she also has a trait that when she damages a character without any action tokens, give that character an action token. That would work for her poison as well. So that is pretty nice for 15 points. And then we also have a 20-point rogue, and she has flight, hypersonic, 11 super strength, 18 impervious, 3 damage. And she just has the Brotherhood of Mutants team ability, so if she hits on a 10 through 12, she can remove her action token. So yeah, not bad for 20 points. A little hypersonic super strength. Not bad, impervious, but really that 15-point copycat is where it's at. I've already thrown her onto a bunch of teams that I've been kind of working on. But yeah, without further ado, let's actually open up and check out the main event here. Cupid Deadpool and his trick arrows. So starting us off with Deadpool, he's got team player, team ability. You got Deadpool Corpse, Weapon X, X-Force, X-Men, Assassin, Deity, and Marksman. Deity is funny, I guess, because he's actually being Cupid right now. But yeah, Marksman lets him equip trick arrows for free, and, you know, lots of other good keywords there. He's coming in at 125 or 75 points. His first trait, Never-Ending Quiver. If Deadpool is equipped with Trick Arrow equipment when his last face-down Trick Arrow card is turned face-up, after resolutions, you may turn all his Trick Arrow cards face-down. Now, if you don't know, at the beginning of the game, whenever you equip anybody with any Trick Arrow equipment, you get to pick any 3 Trick Arrow cards among all the different Trick Arrow equipments. You can pick any 3 and put them face-down, and when you hit, you can flip one over, reveal it, and use its on-reveal effect, which is kind of like an on-hit effect, because because you have to hit. But it's a really cool effect. If you use up all your trick arrows, you just get to, recycle them all again. So very awesome effect. And then you have another trait that he has Steel Energy, but with close or range attacks, and Willpower. And once per turn, Deadpool may re-roll one of his single D6 rolls, which is really strong considering he's got a lot of super senses on his dial. He's got some blades starting out at 75. And, that also counts for his Willpower, so you can re-roll his Willpower if you need to. Improved targeting for elevation, hindering, blocking, and characters is absolutely nuts. He may only have a 4-range triple target with some running shot, but I think he's really pretty worth it for the 125, considering he has really good stats. He's got prob, he can re-roll his super senses if he needs to. You got the trick arrows for free, so they're doing a bunch of crazy stuff. You got flight, triple target, precision strike, just great stats and power combos there. So yeah, really awesome figure at either point value, I think. And then on his defense power, he has stop, regeneration, and super senses. So that is 2 stop clicks in a row at the back end of his dial. It's just super strong. So yeah, just a really solid Deadpool overall. And I think it's funny how all of the powers are shaped like hearts instead of like circles or whatever. So yeah, really awesome Deadpool. Like him a lot. And let's take a look at his trick arrows. The first one is, oops, that one wasn't cute. Effect on reveal, instead of normal damage, deal a hit character 4 damage and knock them back. So that's really good. If you throw this on somebody that maybe doesn't have a very high damage value, you can hit one person for 4 damage and some knockback on top of it. So really good way to, up the damage value of like maybe a lower point supporting character or something like that if you had this arrow on them. Then you also have another trick arrow, Love is in the Air. On reveal, instead of normal damage, choose a hit character. That character can't attack until your next turn. So this is a really good arrow if you're going against, say, like a big 300-point character or 200-point character. Just locking them down. Obviously, that's going to be their main attacker. Most of their points, invested in that one character. Just keep hitting them with this. If you're lucky to keep hitting them anyway, they just cannot attack. Enough turns of that and the rest of your team following up, doing some damage, and that will just end the game pretty much right there. So that's a really strong arrow in the right circumstances. And then you also have Hug It Out, which is on reveal, instead of normal damage, place a hit character adjacent to a friendly character within 4 squares of the hit character. If you do, the hit character gains immobile until your next turn. So this one's not too bad. It's not too amazing either. I think this is probably the weakest of the 3 personally. And the only reason I think that is because you have to already have a character within 4 squares of the character you hit to be able to place them next to them. So, I guess if that character doesn't have any type of move and attack, you can force an opponent next to them and they can flurry on them or something like that. So again, there's some niche situations for this one. It's not horrible at all, especially since it is just within 4 squares of the hit character. No line of fire or anything necessary. And if you count the fact that Deadpool can see through like elevation and blocking and all that, you could really pull them out of a good position behind walls, behind other characters, on elevated everything, in stealth even, and just yoink them out of that and just drop them in front of one of your characters and, just obliterate them from there with the rest of your team. So, it's not horrible at all. It definitely has its uses. It's just, like I said, it's a little more niche than the other ones. So still a solid arrow, a whole solid set of arrows, I think, personally. So yeah, that about does it for this little Iconix set. What do you guys think of this? I think the set was like $25. I think it's definitely worth picking up. I mean, for one, you get the trick arrows with some really solid arrows. For 2, you get the best bystander ever with Copycat and a couple other solid ones. And for 3, you get this amazing Deadpool, who I actually really like. Like, I think this guy is really solid as far as an actual character, 125 or 75. He's got 2 stop clicks, really solid stats, some great improved targeting, like literally the best improved targeting you could ever ask for, and just a really solid character overall. So honestly, if this dude had like a little bit longer range and maybe was a little bit less points, I think he would be all over the meta, but I think he's still very solid. A very playable figure. He's easily in my top 5 Deadpools right now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of it in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. It does help me out a lot. And click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you guys like to help support the channel even more, you can check the links in the description for the Patreon, where you can see your name here in the credits with all these other awesome people. And for as little as $1 a month, you get entered into my monthly giveaways. So check that out if that interests you. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks again so much for watching. Till next time, this has been HeroClix Headquarters, signing off.